Good morning, welcome to Catex TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Wednesday, June 10th, 2015. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to Catex TV. Another big acquisition in insurance, Tokio Marine Holdings, the biggest insurer in Japan by market value, announced this morning it's agreed to buy U.S. insurer Houston Casualty Corporation for $7.5 billion. This would be the biggest M&A deal this year by a Japanese company. Tokio Marine has a big exposure problem in Japan. Most of their business comes from Japan. It's prone to natural disasters, of course, with earthquakes and tsunamis. Earlier this year, the president of Tokio Marine, Tsuyoshi Nagano, said that the firm is scouring markets around the world for acquisition driven by a need to diversify geographical exposure. Well, acquiring Houston Casualty will help them. It's going to boost their proportion of overseas profit from 38% up to 46%. Tokio Marine is going to pay about 1.9 the market value of Houston Casualty. It's a little expensive. It's going to be $78 a share. According to Nagano, he said the price is high, but U.S. financial companies' share prices are already trading at a premium. And on top of which, we have to pay another premium for acquiring control of the company. We have to pay money, otherwise we can't find a good partner. Houston Casualty, of course, is based in Houston, Texas, and had a $458 million net profit in 2014. Specialty insurer and reinsurer Fidelis has announced that it will launch with about $1.5 billion of capital after it secured an A- rating from AM Best. Fidelis, of course, is a startup led by insurance entrepreneur Richard Brindle and Neil McConaughey, who's going to be the CFO. Brindle will be the CEO. Brindle, of course, just exited Lancashire about 8 months ago, which he had started up in 2005. 3 private equity houses contributed $650 million of capital. The balance came from individual investors, family offices, and institutions. Brindle has said many times that Fidelis is going to represent a so-called third way between hedge fund insurers who exclusively manage investment returns and, on the other side of the spectrum, traditional insurers. He says that they're going to pursue a total return strategy by tactically shifting capital and risk between insurance and investment to maximize our return on equity across market cycles. But we're first and foremost an underwriting company. Brindle is going to act as the chief underwriting officer. Amlin's Ben Saville is in line to become the CEO of Fidelis in Bermuda. And in Egypt today, earlier in the day, about 360 miles south of Cairo on the Nile River at the temple at Luxor, a very popular tourist destination jammed with vacationing European and American tourists, Egyptian police intercepted 3 assailants, 2 of them with suicide bombs, who had attempted to penetrate security at the temple. 2 of the assailants were killed, one by detonating his explosives. Thus far, these are the only 2 casualties at the moment. 3 other people may have been injured, but not seriously. In 1997, there was a major terror attack at the site that killed 50 European tourists. That was not to happen today. The chief executive officer of Faraday, the Gen Re-owned syndicate in London, is going to step down in March of 2016. This would be Paul Servorst. He's going to be succeeded by Pietro Toffanello, who's currently with Gen Re Australia. Executives at Computer Science Corporation, CSC, headquartered in Falls Church, Virginia, are returning more than $4 million in compensation following an SEC investigation into the company's accounting practices. The disclosure is part of a $190 million settlement of fraud charges that the company has agreed to with the government for work performed overseas. This was in connection with a large contract that they had with the National Health Service in the United Kingdom. According to the SEC, 8 executives, including the former CEO, manipulated financial results and concealed significant problems about the multi-billion-dollar contract with the NHS. According to the SEC, once executives realized that delays with the NHS would result in losses, they manipulated the company's profit to disguise it. They also made misleading statements about the company's performance. CSC recently announced that they're going to split into two companies, one devoted to U.S. government work and the other for commercial work. And Google's driverless cars are slowly but surely penetrating into the U.S. In a comprehensive report released by the company, it claimed that its autonomous cars are better drivers than humans. In the last 6 years, these cars have traveled more than 1.8 million miles and were involved in only 12 accidents, which were not caused due to the vehicles. Google claims its vehicles can better understand emergency situations and respond appropriately. Google said that the cars take note of everything that takes place around the vehicle, even the smallest of things, and they can continue to intake this information at day and night as well. The majority of the accidents of Google's self-driving cars happened when vehicles were rear-ended by another vehicle, or when it collided with another vehicle, supposedly perhaps due to the negligence of the driver of the other car. There were no serious injuries. Google's recently announced that they're going to test these cars on the congested highways of Virginia and suburban Washington, D.C. If that does well, hopefully the cars will be rolled out into the general population sometime in the next 5 years. The cars are very well marked. They have distinctive colors and big logos on the side, so if you see one, you can get far away from it. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.